Yes, it'll be 10 years soon.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Krishna Priya, and this is the Human Colony Hucolo Saturday webinar. We have a very special guest. Our very own Jim Charles is here with us today. Hey, Jim.
Hello.
Hi. Good to
Hi.
see you.
Yes,
And we
it'll be 10 years soon.
have a very nice full room.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Krishna
I knew it.
Priya,
I was
and this is the
waiting
Human
for it. I was waiting, and I couldn't get it. That's why I was hesitating. I was trying to see the thing, and then it snuck up on me. Okay, no problem. All right. So in the room today, we've got a whole bunch of people. We've got Angie, Jim, Barbara, Benny, Braden, Kat, Christine, Darren, Golden Joan, Ian is in twice, Radha, Stephanie's iPhone is here, Susan, the Maveth, and Wendy, and myself. So nice full room. Angie's got a plethora of announcements, so I'll let her start with her announcements. Go ahead, Angie.
Thank you very much. The first thing that I want to announce is that daylight savings time for the United States is tomorrow. So if you have any sessions with Jim, please make sure that you are checking the time zone, the time difference. We find that a lot of people on the times, the daylight savings time forward or back, people miss, and he can't make those up unless you're rescheduling. So daylight savings for the United States is tomorrow. So if your sessions with Jim after tomorrow start, please make sure that you have the correct time. The next announcement is next weekend, next Saturday, 1:30 to 5:30 is the Channeling and Consciousness class, part 2. There was so much information that was given in the first class that a second one is needed just to complete the class. If you are interested in joining the second class, part 2, send an email to classes@hucolo.org. You can purchase the recording from part 1 if you want to participate in part 2, if you have not yet done so. Again, anything, if you're interested, classes, questions, classes@hucolo.org. The third announcement is in January, the date has not been set yet. In mid to end January is the Tarot Masterclass. And that is, say it again, please.
Mastery.
Tarot Mastery class. And that is using tarot to connect into your higher selves, your guides, your past life. Again, if you're interested in that, classes@hucolo.org.
Great. And I'll send you some information about that very soon, Ange, and you can send it out to people.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I did a very, Angie saw it, but a very interesting past life reading using tarot. And it ended up being one of the most accurate readings. We were able even to track down someone we believe was my former and maybe for a few years concurrent life. So
yes,
very interesting.
Very exciting.
Yes. So we have our lovely Jim here who's smiling away over there, looking very handsome. We're going to start with some prayers. We'll start with Susan. We'll go Susan, Barbara, and then Angie. And Wendy, did you want to do a prayer too?
Yes, I can do one.
Okay, perfect. Okay. In that order. And I won't interrupt. So Wendy, Barbara. Oh, shoot. I can't even say it. Susan, Barbara, Angie, Wendy. So just wait until Jim gives his message and then take the next. Oh, beautiful cat. Okay.
All right. Kia sekaya toko hoa se atia ko titia hia kotu sia kia o sakaya tatitia hia sokoa hia tia okua ha sia kito hi sikata tata ya to titia ya o sakaya hu tutu yetia ka Hasakatua ya zia kota tia usika hazia ho te haya tia ko hasaka ho toto ya hi hasiki ho te tia I sakotua hasia kokoa sikia tukuya I sikia sukoto hasia ya taya ito ya tia ho ya hasikia ho to ya seka toto ya tia sikoto Sekatoya Sikatia. Blessings. That was
The
someone new.
information that is coming in from outside your world is also updated information from the past, from your world. Things are changing rapidly here in your planet and in your density, and you will find many changes coming to you spiritually, energetically, and in many other ways. Your material world will seem a little different now because you enter it in a different way. You are not as you once were, and now you are now being elevated to a different place in your space. And now it is time for you to recognize all the things around you. Within you and without you, the consciousness is aware, and you must be aware that you can use it in many ways.
Tatea homa toko wahi, hia no hona tiato, ko asia na hiato, kia hono honi ana tia, kia hoa tioto, ki hia na hata ki kiata, kiata hono toko isia, kato ho tiata, kia na hata ti hiata horo, Kimiata hata kesiata hosho. Kimiata kana siatoto. Kisi hata kana yata. Namaste and blessings.
We are holding back the most of the devastation that is to come because we are aware that you are not ready for it yet. We are holding things in a normal state so that you may prepare yourselves for the future. This world is under attack, but it is going to be a place where peace and love, harmony and beauty will be the outcome of all these things. So fear not, all will be well in the future.
So tu ora te ki ana na chikatoko o onoa. Hiti ata taku sini ata kopoto u. Ora ti ana shaani katoko ode. Ia ko ona o shiti ike. Nohora monokoto mamanana.
God is watching, the universe is watching, and all things will come to pass the way they should be. Let the Spirit move you, let the Spirit guide you, and be within you and without you. Let Him know and understand all things that are you and make you into the perfect being that you should be. Lift yourself up with your entanglement with God.
Blessings and love to all. Anyuroko yanyara taito nyara kahieto ara manyuro to hiara kayenyuro ko yanara o nyuro to yanara kahiera heu ana kahianara hao iriana takawanya ianara kaheu nyiru. Namaste.
Things are moving forward quickly. Life is changing in many ways. Prepare yourself for your change, for your understanding, for your purity, for your cleansing. It is time for you to purify. It is time for you to understand what purification really means. It is understanding now that this will bring you energy, love, and guidance. It will be more than just purification, but it will be an addition to your strength.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we have quite some requests. Let me go through them. We have Archangel Gabriel, Mother Gaia, Lord Vishnu, Captain Tienza of the ESS, any Pleiadian and their view on ascension and their view on the earth, Tulska, Saint Germain, Grendel, and Grendel's also requested from the YouTube group, Bigfoot, and Toth, Joan of Arc, an update from the Galactic Council, and then from also from the chat, there's a request for Padmasambhava, which is the, if you know, he was the known as the second Buddha. He was the one that introduced Buddhism to Tibet. He was also predicted by Buddha. He was predicted to being born by, or being instrumental.
What was his name?
It's Padmasambhava. It's P-A-D M-A-S-A-M-B-H-A-V-A. So Padmasambhava.
Padmasambhava.
Bhava, like B-H is Bhava, like Padmasambhava. Bhava is devotion. It's
Baba,
love.
Baba at the end?
Bhava, so Padmasambhava.
Pasmat. Okay.
Pad, like Pad, Mas,
Padmasambhava.
A-M, Bhava.
Okay.
Padmasambhava.
Baba.
Bhava.
Okay.
Bhava.
Wow,
Like
that's
if
a
Bhav is
difficult
like
name to say.
Bhakti. Yeah, Padmasambhava. Bhakti or Bhav is your devotion or love.
Right.
Okay, yes. And then Veritas requested the Greys or the Yael and Metatron.
All right.
And then we-
Lots of requests today again.
Lots of
Which is
them.
good.
Yeah, and the Class Collective. And yeah, okay.
The class.
Kalask, K-A-L-A-S-K, Collective.
Okay, collective. Okay. Class.
Okay, some
collective.
big ones here. Right.
Okay, many things. Okay. Very good.
We'll see who comes through. This will be exciting.
Okay, yeah, this is a long list, so prepare yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Greetings, I am Elijah. Let the light shine free on you. Let the truth shine through you as well as through your thoughts. Remember to be true to all things that you do and are. Remember that the truth is something that it does exist. Remember that all things are with you at this time to help you and build you and make you into what you need to be for the future, for the present, and even you can see yourself through all of time and space. It is time to know that there are many secrets that are going to be unlocked in this realm. It is time for you to know that the seals are going to start to be broken, and the first one has already been broken. It is this day and age that we call for a great deal of sacrifice and for a great deal of understanding with each of you. There is a time now that you must go inside and bring out that which is the greatest of your gifts. Not that you may pass on any of them, but bring the greatest gifts forward now so that you may bless the world with them. You may shine into the world information, healing, love, compassion, and help. These are things that are necessary for the world to heal. There's a great deal of healing that is necessary for the world at this time, and you will be the ones that will administer it to the world. No one else will. Do you see anyone really reaching out other than yourselves to the world? You must embrace it and love it and bring it into your understanding as God's children, because you are a child of God as well, but God's children are everywhere. And you must find them and help them. And you must lift them up and make them see what is the truth and what is not the truth. There is so much confusion and devastation in this realm at this time. You must be a light in the darkness. You must be the truth that is uplifting. You must be the truth that is pure and understood. They will not see it if you are not a good example. For if you are doing negative things and then trying to send out a positive message, it will be seen, it will be known, it will be passed on. The world judges everything. You should not judge anyone, but the world will judge you. That is unfair, I know, but that is the way of the world. That is how the world has taught everyone. They must judge everything every moment. But please, judge only positively. Judge only with a positive thought process, so that your judgment might be good and sound and loving and kind, not negative, destructive, or disconcerting. Sometimes a good judgment can be disconcerting to those that are negative, but that is something different. Bring forth the most positive thoughts within you. Bring forth the most positive understanding of every thought process that you can, for it is that is what will be seen. You must understand this is a time of dire straits, if you will. There are things happening that no one knows of at this moment, but will be revealed in the future. Life moves on, and you will move up and on as well if you stay in the light, if you stay within your own understanding of God and call on Him for all things. Let His will be done in your life. Let His thought processes spread through you. I know many of you do not like the word God, and I am aware of it. But that is who it is. Source, whatever name, creator, whatever name you choose is always the name that He will respond to. But He is a loving and wonderful God. And whether or not you like His name or not, He is there. And whether or not you use His name or not, He will hear you. It does not matter. This is a day and age where He is listening carefully for those that want to do His will, for those who want to rise, for those that are here to help and understand. He is only looking for positivity. He is not looking into your past lives or anything of that nature at this moment. He's looking at you as the future of this realm. And as He does that, He looks for your purity, your love, and your understanding. He looks for the positive things within you, and He rises you up because you are doing what is right. You are following His word, and you are being who He needs you to be. And that is what He is looking for. But remember, the world sees everything else. They will know everything that you do and everything that you say and everything that you may think that your life is hidden, but it is not. Someone will see and know. So be careful, my children. You are, in the eyes of the world, the hope for the future.
Thank you. is there a possibility to ask a question of Elijah?
What is the question?
It's from Wendy. Let me unmute her really quick. Just 1 second. Okay. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. Yes, hello, Elijah. Blessings to you. Thank you so much for your guidance. I have noticed, as have many others that are working for the light to bring in love, that the more our hearts open and grow to love and understand others, that more challenges have come into our awareness. It's almost as if, just like you said, we're being judged, and then all of a sudden we're being judged, we're being judged, we're being judged, we're being criticized. Is that the energy that you're talking about, or how do we adapt to that? Thank you.
You must overcome it with your love and understanding and compassion. This will always be part of the world. The world is critical. The world is not a loving place at this time, but you are a loving being. So you must look back at these things and love them for no matter what they say, what they do, what they are. You must love them and show them your love. It is that this is the world where you will be judged, but you may not judge anyone else. Just like all the great leaders and prophets were judged and were sort of tortured for their belief in God, in source, in creator. They were judged on how they behaved, and they were judged because their beliefs were different. But you must just show the example of love. You must be better, higher, greater. Not that you are haughty or arrogant like the Pharisees, but you must be open-armed. You must be an open book. They will see who you are. They will feel who you are. And they will judge that eventually to be a wonderful thing and fall away if they do not believe. But they will come into your understanding if they see something greater. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that does. Yeah, that explains the experiences coming so much. Yeah, so much more these days. And yes, continuing to send out love when that happens, and to find words that don't create confrontation or conflict, I noticed have been coming. So is there an archangel that assists us or that we can call upon when we have those difficulties? And then that's my last question. Blessings to you.
Any archangel will help you. Call any of them. But I wanted to say that yes, they will come against you because you are of love, because you are of light, and because they think that you are doing something that they cannot understand. But show only love and acceptance, and say, if you don't like what is happening, then I don't understand why you're here. But
I don't know that one.
the thing is, they are amazingly critical. But these things, you may sometimes have to defend yourself with words that may not be sounding so loving, but will be standing up for justice. And those are the times, if you stand up for justice, sometimes harsher words are necessary. But at this time, just show love. But you can show love even through an argument, or you can show love even through anything that you do by being felt. Even when you are trying to explain yourself or have an altercation, speak with love and understanding and truth and peace. And not say that you are condemning anything or anyone, but that you are trying to show what God is doing for you and what God is doing for all. It's a difficult time.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was all the questions that we had.
Yeah.
Oh.
One moment, please.
Often imitated, never duplicated. My
Yeah.
dear friend.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's me. Yeah. All righty then. Hello, everyone. This is Grendel. I
Yes,
see there's a
welcome.
lot of people here today. Very good.
A lot of them. Very good. So
Yeah.
Benny, I think, was the one that requested you. Benny requested you, and then also
Yeah.
Tay in YouTube chat requested you. So Tay, if you'll type a question, I can give it
Tay,
to
yes,
you.
I know who that is. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so Tay, write your question. Benny, if you have a question, go ahead.
Yes, hello. Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
Nice to have
Greetings,
you.
everyone. Yes.
Yes, I missed you last time. So
All right. Very good. I
um,
come as often as I can.
yes, much appreciated. I have two questions about Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla. Is he on the good side, and is he working with aliens?
Elon Musk, he will say he's not working with aliens, but he is actually working with aliens. But whether he is realizing it or not, I'm not sure. I have really not had time to go and investigate whether he is actually knowing what he is doing or not. I think he does know, but he says he does not work with aliens, but they are disguised. And I think he even knows that, but he can't be sure, maybe. But I don't really know, so I can't answer that completely. And is he on the good side or bad side? He is trying to be a good person. He is. He is not connected with anything extremely negative or anything like that. Some people say that he is. Some people say that he isn't. But he's just a regular. I mean, he's a very, very wealthy guy. He's not a regular guy. But I don't think he has any positive or negative beliefs. He's just an existentialist in the sense that he just is going with the flow. So if he does negative things or positive things, they're not he's not doing that intentionally. He's trying to do positive things, but he believes that he's trying to do positive things, but they may turn out to be negative things. So he's pushing forward because he's thinking he's doing positive things.
All right. Maybe he can bring some change with the recent buy of Twitter in public of free speech.
Yeah, free speech. Yes, free speech is good. But some people get carried away.
All right. And then my second question about the giants. There are supposedly 4 giant avatar bodies in temporal stasis on Earth that will be awakened or will be revived. Do we have any knowledge about this?
Well, there are giants. Giants have existed all through your history in many different places on your planet. And yes, there are giants that are in stasis here. And I do not know when they will be awakened.
Okay, yeah. So you can't tell anything more about the giant in Florida that would be apparently Ningish Zida or Viracocha.
What did you say?
Ningish Zida, also known as Thoth, Viracocha, or Quetzalcoatl.
No. Well, whoever is telling that story, they don't know who these giants are really, because Thoth and Quetzalcoatl are already awake and living in the universe. So that's not their bodies in stasis. It could be their bodies in stasis, but their personalities and energies are still out all around. So maybe they will inherit those bodies eventually, but at this point, they're just bodies in stasis. I don't know who's going to put themselves in them.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for your answers.
You're welcome. I know that the energies of Toth and Guatemala and all those that you talked about are already active everywhere.
Okay.
So if they take a body, that would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, thank
I can only tell you what I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Barbara, I think it's Barbara. Barbara has a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
Hey, I have a question. Can you give us any information about the Black Pyramid in northeastern Canada that is upside down?
It has been there for eons and eons. So it's been there a very long time. And it is guarded by the species that created it. And humans have been there and looked at it and have felt the energy of it. But those humans did not survive very long after that for some reason. So they did not get the chance to, well, they did take the information back to the governments and different things, but they did not live long after that. I think they were exposed to some kind of radiation when they were there. So it's not a place for humans, really. So it is that this Black Pyramid is very powerful and it can manifest and do many things, but it has been there quite a long time. So as long as, or even maybe even longer than the pyramids in Egypt have been there. And this Black Pyramid is buried. So no one can see it. There is an entrance that you go down into the ground to see it, because it is apparent once you get down there that it is there. But what it is being used for is several different things. It's actually helping stabilize some of the energies of the planet. It's helping with the axis movement. The thing is that they don't seem to be the beings that are there don't seem to be worried too much about the planet at this moment. Now, they are helping it, but they don't seem to be overly doing anything urgently, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're just sort of doing what they've always done and keeping things at status quo for their own people and for the planet, so that they can maintain their space there. So they might have another agenda, but no one knows what that is.
Oh.
Because I'm just so full of information today.
Oh, I have one more question. Can you tell me the species of aliens that have a base outside of the Rochester area within the Great Lakes?
The Great Lakes have a couple of different bases in them. All of the Great Lakes house alien bases. So the ones that are in the area of Lake Ontario are the Pleiadians and the Orions.
Okay, thank you.
There are also some grays in Michigan, Lake Michigan and Superior, reptilians in Erie. It's just Lake Huron has several different ones as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Grendel. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, there's some questions from the YouTube chat for you. Finn Dottier says, many psychics say Finland has some special role in the world. What is Finland's task in uplifting the world spiritually?
Well, Scandinavia, the whole area of Scandinavia, Sweden, Finland, Norway, all that area, there's a lot of spiritual things going on in that area. Some of them very good and some of them not so good. there was a portal opened in Sweden that was not good, but in Finland there's a portal open that is good. So it is that area is very involved in alien activity because of its location. There's a lot of water between the Falklands and up there, and there's a lot of bases because the population around the top edge of the United Kingdom area is very sparse, and so a lot of bases are right in that area. And so Finland spiritually has some great energies because of alien encounters and alien influences, and they will make themselves known at the right time. But there is so much alien activity in that area, you have no clue. But yes, the whole Scandinavian area has a lot of spiritual effect on this planet. Not only are the white dragons underneath that area, which is also very positive, but it's just a really spiritual area, positive and negative. It's a real hotbed of spiritual activity.
Okay, great, thank you. And following up with another question, it says, is there anything that human beings could do to prevent magnetic pole shifts? Will the axial poles also shift if the magnetic poles shift?
The magnetic pole has already shifted, and it's more over the Siberian area, north of Siberia a little bit, which is not a good thing really. But the magnetic pole shift is different than the axis. You have to understand there's two different things. The magnetic field of the northern magnetic field and the pole shift are two different subjects, but they interlock in the sense that the magnetic north should be with the axis, but it is not at this time. And the axis is not where true north is at the moment. So your compasses will be off a little bit. So magnetic north has moved to just up beyond the upper part of Siberia, which is to say that it's an interesting play because we don't want it to move any farther, and we don't want the poles to shift any farther either. The axis needs to stay where it is or move back, and I believe that will have something to do with the shift of the magnetic field as well. But with this magnetic shift comes weather change, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes. That kind of thing happens when these kind of shifts happen. They just affect the earth in many ways. Water.
Yes, I was going to say. All right, great. Thank you for that answer. And I'll come back. Tanita is saying, how am I doing in the colonies, and how is my daughter Priyata?
Your daughter Priyata is very well, doing great and very intelligent, beautiful, and lovely. Will be a fine, will help the universe a great deal. You are working in the channeling area. You are working in the, which is area 4. You're working in the meditation area, that is 7. And number 1 is the telepathy and light language area. Those areas are your favorite, and you have been doing very well. In fact, eventually they will probably ask you to do some teaching in one of these areas, probably meditation. And I know you don't think maybe you're a teacher type or whatever, but I think maybe you do. But the thing is, you will be eventually be sought after as a teacher.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then, one second, let me get back to the questions. There's a question from Bertel that says, Grendel, you said your species want to reach enlightenment in your own way. Can you please explain?
Would you repeat that question, please?
He said that you said, Bertel says, Grendel, you say your species want to reach enlightenment in your own way. Can you please explain?
In our own way, well, we're very different kind of people, different kind of beings than you are. So our way of experiencing enlightenment is different than yours. Yes, we go through many of the same principles as moving into purity and things of this nature, but it's experienced differently, I should say. It is experienced differently because we are reptilian and we don't have the emotional grasp that you have. And so this is more of a physical rising. Yours is more emotional and more you have a great many feelings about it and many ways to experience it, where we only have a couple ways to experience it through the physical. Not that I don't have emotions, I do, which you are aware of. But when I come to Earth, I have more emotions when I'm here than when I'm on my planet, because I'm with my people and they don't express emotions the same way as you do. So our ways are very different than your ways. So as I am here, I am more like you. When I am there, I am more like them. So I hope that helps you understand. Our ascension is more physical. Yours is emotional and physical.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. By the way, to the audience, Grendel is being channeled. That was a good suggestion from someone in the YouTube said, please remind everyone who's being channeled. So this is Grendel. Grendel, Ian has a question for you. Go ahead.
Greetings.
Hi, Grendel. Thanks for coming today.
Yeah,
I asked for someone to show up regarding, that can provide any information like updates from the Galactic Council or any workings between the alien races.
One second, Ian. Ian, 1 second.
What's going on? What happened?
Ian, we're getting some feedback from Ian. Are you there still, Ian?
Yeah.
I didn't hear
You
anything.
you have your speakers on or something, because it's very feedbacky. Actually, Ian, you're logged in twice. So I'm gonna kick one of you out, just because you're logged in twice. I can see which one of you is open, and I think that's the problem. I'm kicking this other one out.
Okay. How is it now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I have someone here that's listening with me, so that's why I have the second device.
I understand.
Okay. So
Excellent.
So we were
All
so Grendel, I was wondering if you have any updated information with any of the interaction between the governments of the world and the alien species.
The governments of the world and the alien species are moving along very slowly with their legislations and thought processes toward the human race. As you know, legislation in the universe is probably slower than you might think, because there's so many people involved in that legislation, many different species and planets, and they all must understand it to the point where they know what they're talking about and know what's going on. So sometimes that takes a while. So, but anyway, yes, the legislation toward the planet about Area 53, for example, is coming along, but it still has not been reconciled yet. But they're still planning to open Area 53 maybe in late February or early March. They're still going along with that plan. If everyone knows what Area 53 is, it's where their aliens and humans will meet their spouses. And they're still planning to do that, but there's still legislation against that opening from the Galactic lawyers, if you will. And so it's still in progress, but they think that it will be cleared up soon. The other thing about what the Galactic is doing is they're preparing for the new Galactic and human meeting in the beginning of December. I think it's going to start on December 1st this time, and that'll be an interesting meeting that usually goes on a couple of weeks. And there's a lot of things on the list for this one because things are moving forward in the human race as well as backwards. So all these things will be addressed by the Galactic government, including first contact, medications and healing, meeting people in the astral, what the astral really means to humans. There's so many questions about the astral. They're going to take a section of the meeting and actually try to define it, because it's sort of undefinable in some ways, but it is a place between places. And so it is of a great interest because humans, your Earth governments don't understand that there can be places between places, like a space between time and space. So this will be brought up. Also, different ones on the planet are going to be talked. They're going to talk specifically to certain leaderships about war and about confrontations, etc., and where that is leading to, because they do want everyone that is usually in the conference to be there, and some, like Russia, are saying that they don't have time to be there, but they will insist that they are there. So and so this should be an interesting meeting. It should be very telling. Also, we want to give you an update on what Mother Earth is all about and what's going on with the planet as a whole, weather-wise, tectonically, etc. So there'll be many, many different subjects that are going to be broached at this particular meeting. So, do you have anything distinctive that you want me to speak about?
Not specifically, other than I have a follow-up on that, and that is, are you familiar with what we call the nuclear clock here on Earth?
Well, yes, I've heard that term.
Okay.
The nuclear clock. It's a non-existent clock, but it is a figure of speach. So yes, I am aware of it.
Okay.
What was your question about it?
Well, I just happened to, it came to mind the other day, and so I looked it up, and it's been adjusted to where we are, they say, 100 seconds till midnight. Would you agree with that assessment, or if that's just man's misinterpretation of current events?
No, I think that's it. Well, that's a loaded question, and I'll tell you why, because there can be more than one answer to that. But the answer is yes, and also no, because there's so many people working to stop that nuclear clock. There are so many working to stop it, but there are also those that are trying to push it forward. So right now, I would say yes, it is 100 seconds to midnight on that nuclear clock, but that means that's still a good deal of time. You understand?
Yes, I understand. With relativity, it's relative, and
it's
relative.
Also yes. So we have time to change that.
Okay. I was just wondering what your interpretation was of that.
And I pray that it will be changed.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all I have.
Well, on that same thing is that you realize that nuclear weapons and atomic bombs and things of that nature, when they go off on one planet, they affect the entire vibration of the universe. They have a certain vibration that's so strong that it affects the solar system and things around it. So this is the kind of thing we do not want to experience again. Of course, when they put them off inside of the planet, it doesn't affect out here that much. But on the surface, it's very, very powerful to when it goes into the vibration of the universe. It does change things. So we don't want that to happen.
Right. Okay. Great. Thank you very much, Grendel.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Let me see. Barbara has a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
Hi, Grendel. This is a
Great.
follow-up to that black pyramid. This is something that I've been sensing since I found out about the pyramid. I'm feeling that there's another pyramid on the other side of the earth that is facing the black pyramid. It's the same pyramid as that one. Can you, is this true, or is this something that's, because I'm sensing this and feeling this? There could be two of them facing each other.
Yes, they do like symmetry. And yes, there is another pyramid on the other side, just as there are two sphinxes facing each other, but not right there, but
Okay.
apart from each other. They like symmetry because symmetry is balance, and balance can be very, very important when it comes to planetary actions and movements. So yes, symmetry is important.
Okay, thank you so much and have a good day.
You are welcome.
Okay, there's a question from, one second. Megan. Megan, did you want to ask it yourself? You don't have to type me the
Yes.
question. Okay, please go
Yes.
ahead now.
Hi, Jem.
Greetings. Greetings.
When I meditate, I feel the angels, I feel the light, I feel everything, but I never really hear anything. Is there something that's like spiritually deaf or anything?
Well, your hearing part will come. It is that you are seeing a lot of things. And then let me tell you why the hearing part didn't come yet. What
Okay.
you're seeing, they want you to observe closely. They don't want you to hear anything that will take you away from the sense that of what you're seeing. Right now, what you're seeing is more important than anything that you could hear.
Okay.
So therefore, they want you to be looking at this very carefully when you see things. Eventually, you will hear things, but right now, that would be a distraction of what you're seeing, from what you're seeing.
Okay. For going forward in learning to channel.
Yes.
How
You will hear things. Yes.
Okay.
But right now, they just want you to see and know that you can see and actually take a look at things. Your hearing will come.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. But remember in this, you don't always hear everybody when they're channeling through you. It's just there. It just comes. It comes through. You may not even hear the voices.
Okay.
Like Jim is not hearing like a voice before I speak. He just hears this.
Okay.
So do not worry about hearing,
Okay.
because you can still channel without hearing. You can just bring it through.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
just supposed
you.
to have faith on that. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's see, Angie. Angie, go ahead, Angie.
Hi, Grendel. How are you?
I am doing as well as possible.
Aren't we all? Just a vague in general question with a not descriptive answer. I just want to know, is the dream experience that I had last night, was that real?
You had I know what your dream experience was because you told it to Jim.
Right.
So I'm taking it from his thought processes, and I'm seeing that this was an alternate timeline for the moment. However, it is a warning for the present timeline.
All right. Is there anything I need to do, or is it just a warning for me?
it is just a warning. That's all.
Okay. All
Do
right.
not worry. Her dream was about actually nuclear holocaust. And so it is on the minds of many at this time because it is a possibility. So I'm just bringing that forth because it's very vague for me to answer a question about that, and nobody else in the world knows what we're talking about. So it
I
was
didn't
about
know if
nuclear.
I just didn't know if we should like talk like that. you
Yes,
know?
we could. It is something that is on people's minds. So it's not bad to talk about it in a positive way, like we're going to stop it. So yes, but it was a warning, and we can still stop that.
All right. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Yana has a question. Go ahead, Yana.
Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
Hi. I have another question. That there is a group that is around me at all times. That is the Kalindi.
Yes.
They are wonderful. They feel wonderfully close and very warm. But I would like, from your perspective, if that is possible, how would you explain? Because they are from the void. They are new to me. How can you describe how they are to you? What are they to you?
They're energy beings, and
Yes.
they're making themselves pretty well known in your world. They have
Yes.
channeled through more than one person at this point.
Yes.
And they are now, but they can take shape if they wanted to, but they are actually an energy being that has really no form. But they can take form. But they are very involved in helping bring back the ancient mysteries from the past and improving on those informational things from the past that were misused and now are going to be used in a different way, hopefully.
Okay.
So they are bringing wisdom to this world in a very real way.
Okay, so from your perspective, why did they choose me and the Stargate? Because they are everywhere I go. I'm a sort of the portal. I went to Paris and I went to other places, and when I am there, they are there. So
Yes, they are with you always, just to let you know that they are energy beings and they can go anywhere you can go. They can be very discreet, or they can let you see them. So they are everywhere at this time. So it is yes, you are the first one to bring them in, though. So they are very grateful for that because they are working with others now.
okay, that's great. That's great. So they presented themselves to me in orb form. And they are very colored orbs, energy, rainbow energy, mostly blue or pink. This is the way they show themselves to me. And Sila Cadensis is the one that is connected to me most, and he always shows himself to me. Do you know the name Sila Cadensis as one of the Kalindi?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So can you give me specifics about him?
He is the main spokesperson for the Kalindi.
Okay.
Because he has been able to manifest in many different forms that many of the other Kalindi cannot do. They can manifest in many forms, but he is the one that can take on most forms and is most respected for all the things that he has done.
Okay, when you say most forms, is that still energy forms, or is that
no,
also
he can take on humanoid forms, he can take on animal forms, and even forms of stones and things that other Kalindi cannot do.
Thank you. That was what I was curious about. Thank you so much.
Yes, so he is well respected, and he's actually a master beyond beyond most Kalindi masters.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And
You're
blessings.
welcome. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. Joan has a question. She says, was the fireball in the sky here in California last Friday? What was it? Do you have any information?
Yes. Well, it was an alien craft. It was in serious trouble at that time. They did manage to regain their senses and not crash, but it was something that was it was a near crash experience. So it was, I'm not going to name the species because I don't want to do that, but the thing is, yes, it was an alien species and their craft was in trouble, and it did enter the atmosphere and caught the outside of their area looked like a comet or a fireball because it was friction in the atmosphere. But they had a force field around them, a force field around them. So they that's what you saw. That bright fireball was their force field going through the atmosphere.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Grendel is speaking, everyone, for anyone just tuning in and watching now. Braden has a question. Go ahead, Braden.
What
Greetings.
was the entities that were above me that were doing stuff to me, the alien entities?
The alien entities that were around you?
Yes.
Well, you have more
that
than one
were-
around you. So the alien entities that were actually working with you were from Sirius. It was a sort of a healing thing that they were doing. I'm not sure what you were feeling from that, but they were doing some kind of uplifting you, or they were doing some kind of procedure with you that was enhancing you. Is that what you felt?
Yes, I did feel that. And what are some suggestions on working with crystals?
Crystals can be very important in your work if you want them to be. He has a ton of them right here, right? But anyway, yes, they hold energy, they have information. Read about what the crystals are meant to do for you. There are some stones and crystals that have purpose in mankind and with man. And if you are able to understand that, you are able to get that information from them, that energy from them. It is not that they are speaking, but they are sentient, and they know their purpose with mankind. And if you are in tune with them, aligned with them, they can bring you their information, their energy without speaking, but just by being. Does that make sense?
I've experienced crystals talk to me many times.
Yes, they are filled with information, mostly Lemurian crystals and your white crystals, and right here is a what are these pink ones called?
Rose quartz.
Rose quartz.
This is a very powerful crystal here. I feel it very strongly. So yes, there's all kinds of crystals, and this is more of a heart crystal here, the rose quartz. And I know by a different name in my world, but yes, these are heart generated crystals. They are they can bring a lot of truth. They can bring a lot of power to the sessions. They do many things. So it is a good stone to have here. There's a Herkimer diamond here, and a black triangle onyx, and some pyramids, all kinds of things here. So it is that they are helping, and he can understand what they do.
Is there any ways to put intent into crystals?
Yes, you can reformulate stones and crystals with your own intentions, but you must be in alignment with them to begin with in order to do that. Meaning you must know what their original purpose is, and then speak to their original purpose and ask them to change their original purpose to or augment it in some way so that that other thing can also be something that they can help you with.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me see. Benny has one last question. Go ahead, Benny.
Yes, thank you. I have indeed a quick question. This night I felt a presence watching or guarding me. Do you perhaps know the name of the being or the species?
It was a Yuyil named Balat.
Okay. And can I reach him through meditation?
Yes, Balat. B-A-L-A-T, Balat.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
You're welcome.
Okay, I have quite some questions from the YouTube chat. I'm just going to go through them.
Yes,
if
very
it's-
well.
It says, Jorma asked this question earlier. He says, why not the Galactics or Hollow Earth people? Why don't they give us the celestial chambers that can repair the DNA of the vaccinated? Why do we not have this technology?
Because your governments backward engineer it and use it for destructive purposes. They would like to re-enter the remake or rebuild or bring back into your energy fields the med beds, but your military has made med beds that are not quite as good as the alien ones, but they do work. But there's nothing wrong with, I mean, the vaccinations are, you don't need any more vaccinations. But the thing is, there's no damage from the vaccinations at this point. Many people say there are, and will always be some people that will have some damage from vaccinations, but not everyone is damaged from it. It's a very few people, and they're the ones that are, they're showing everybody how horrible it is, but do not worry about your vaccination. It's not going to kill you.
Thank you for that. Okay, let me see. Met Wally wants to know, is the moon under threat?
The moon is always under threat. And the reason why the moon is always under threat is because there are so many species there. And they want the space of the moon for observation of the Earth. The Earth is an observatory. I mean, the moon is the observatory of the Earth. And they have so many, there's like 5 different species up there on the back side of the moon that have drilled through to the front of the moon so that they can have observatory through the back. They're watching the people through the back of the moon, through small holes in the moon surface. But it is an observatory. It is also military bases. And Galactic government, they started doing this before the Galactic government had any say over what was going on the moon. But right now there's some turmoil there because reptilians and grays and Orions and different species are not happy with being close to these other species because they're not working for the same reasons. There are reptilians can be undermining the process and positivity of the Earth, where Orions and Pleiadians are doing positive things for the Earth. So there's really quite a mess there.
Very interesting. Thank you. Okay. Solaris says, it looks like the cabal is unleashing everything right now to stop the light. What is the current situation looking like on Earth? You did address that a little earlier, but
Yes,
Maybe
it's
to-
looking rather grim at the moment for, if you look at the earth as a whole, it looks rather grim. But if you look at the light workers and the things that are doing in the positive realm, it looks much better. There are those that are gaining energy and are purifying and are doing many things that are positive. So stay in your positivity and be the beacon of light that you need to be, because the light is so much stronger than the darkness. The light is so much stronger than the darkness. One light from one person can overcome 20 the people from the dark. You know, it can, you can even gain even more power and overcome even a greater amount of darkness. So as you increase your energy and beauty from love and spirituality, you also are overcoming the world. I don't know how to say it any better. Your aura gets larger and larger, and people will be able to feel you and sense you. I keep hitting this. What is it? But anyway, I keep feeling, they keep feeling you, and let them feel you. Let your aura become gigantic. This is why people, when they come to the great Buddha or come to the great gurus, they can feel them even before they get there. They can sense them. They feel their joy. They feel their energy even before they get to them. And they're wondering what they're feeling. But when they walk in the room, they realize that this is the person that's sending out this great energy all around them, because they are so positive, because they have enlightened themselves. Their enlightenment is so strong that you can feel it for a great distance around them.
Okay, perfect. That's a perfect answer. Thank you for that. Let me just go back to this chat here. It says, let me see. Okay, Mr. Plate says, and this is hard to, he says, what is the point of creating future workforce and services when the next year the economy will collapse? What is that going to look like?
Yeah, well, you can't say next year the economy is going to collapse, because we never know when the cabal is going to just say, all right, it's time. Nobody knows when that's going to happen. And I don't think it will be next year, but it will come eventually. But you must keep living. You must not look for that. You must live your life, because there's nothing you can do about the economy collapsing. Nothing. The economic collapse will happen when it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. And why?
Do you not agree that most people, yeah, go ahead, sorry. I mean, people have bankruptcies and collapses within their own life as well. I mean, it's not just an entire economy collapsing, but you can lose your job and your life collapses. So it's
well,
not
yes,
just,
but how can you prepare for that if you don't know when it's going to happen?
Exactly. Neither one.
You
That's
must
what I
keep
mean.
living and moving forward and praying that it doesn't happen, because we can change things from out here to a certain extent. You must understand, we do have some power out here. The cabal is very powerful there on your planet, because the people are under the influence of the cabal. And that's what makes them most powerful. But out here, we are not under the influence of the cabal, and we are able to manipulate some things on your world that you would not even be thinking about. So do not look at things in a pessimistic or destiny-like thought process. Of course, there is a destiny, and in some ways, a vague one. But the thing is, you must live your lives. You must do what you can now. You must be enlightened now. You don't have to worry about anything. Yes, plan for the future. It may still come to pass the way you planned it. So you can't just give up your life saying, oh, well, it's going to collapse, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here, twiddle my thumbs. Or, it's not going to work that way. You must continue to push forward. You must continue with your hopes and dreams. You must continue with your prayers and enlightenment. So therefore, the cabal has less power over you and the world when you do it that way.
Right. Thank you. And he also asked the question if the world was flat or round.
The world is round. If you can see it with your eyes from a distance, you would see that it is round. Now, there is a technology or a mathematical equation that says the world is flat, but use your eyes. You can see that it is round. It is not flat. Everything in the universe is pretty much round. And the reason why they want to teach the flat Earth theory is that it's a new thought process to change and confuse those that are here on the planet. But if you walked around the planet, you would never fall off the edge of it. So therefore, it cannot be flat. The mathematical equation that it is flat is just a mathematical equation that's not solvable in this density. And so if you walk around the world, are you going to fall off the edge of it in any way you walk around it? No, it's round.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. There's a question from Finn Docher. He says, is the Iranian women's demonstration going to spread around the world in the Muslim areas?
I hope so. I believe that this regime needs to fall.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. And let me go back. Veritas is saying, if the Greys can come, oh, okay, we'll see if the Greys come. Let me see. Candy Vigil says, I've been hearing about a continental shift that is coming in about 20 years. If something like that happens, will aliens step in to save people from the devastation?
There are a few ways that aliens can step in to save people, but if it is an Earth activity that was caused just naturally, they can help a little bit, yes. But what they're looking at is devastation from nuclear energies. They will step in at that point if there is nuclear war or whatever. They will step in and save many. Now, with that kind of change, which they are also looking at, there will be those that will be picked up, but not everyone, because not all of the Earth will change, only portions of it, mostly coastlines. And there will be some continental change, yes. Eventually, it has to happen. It's part of what the Earth does. It changes and moves and does all what it does. But some will be saved from that and others will not. And I can't go into why that is at this moment because it's really not on the precipice at this moment. There are other more urgent things for them to be thinking about. But yes, if that time comes, I'm sure there will be some preparations made. But that is still something in the future that may or may, well, it will come, but we don't know how soon. They are not thinking that it's going to come before nuclear war. And so that is their first attention.
Okay, this is the last question from YouTube, but this is a fascinating one. It's from Solaris. He says, Grendel, I've seen reptilians on the astral plane playing a game called Shadow Tournament. Do you know what that is?
Shadow tournaments?
Yeah, he said he's seen them on the reptilians on the astral plane playing a game called a Shadow Tournament. Do you know what that is?
Shadow Tournament is a holographic game, and it is about everyone is in shadows, and the thing is the shadow is cast on the object of the game is this. There are many different forms and shapes within this holographic area, And when you pass by them, only your shadow is seen reflected on these different items or spheres. And if they are able to attack that shadow and capture it, then that shadow is no longer in the game. So it is that you cannot see them if they're not being cast upon another kind of element. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The shadows are the only thing that count. You will not see the beings. Only their shadows will appear on the sides of buildings or walls or pyramids or whatever is in the game. And there's also several different versions of that. So if you go to one level, you can go to several different levels where there is no buildings or anything. The shadow is cast on the ground. So then you have to find a place where your shadow is not cast on the ground. There are hiding places within the shadow's realm there, and you must find them to be safe. And that's in the higher levels of the game.
I actually dropped out in that very second when you explained that, so I'm going to have to go back and find your answer. I was so interested to hear the answer. Oh, I dropped out. Okay, I will go back and look at that. There's a question in the chat. Shoot, I came right at the end when you finished explaining. What are the chances? What are the chances? Okay, there's a question from. Let me get back to from Kat. Go ahead, Kat.
Greetings.
Mr. Grendel, how are you?
I am well.
Thank you.
And yourself?
Thank you for coming. I am getting back on my feet. I was on vacation for 3 weeks, and I hunted joy, but I didn't work with myself. And now I'm coming back. I have to work much more with myself because it's but I'm good.
Come back rather easily for you. I mean, going on vacation is just a temporary delay or whatever, but all the things that were there before should come back pretty quickly, and you shouldn't find yourself working very, very hard to get back to normal.
Well, I did work, but I feel very different. And I don't seem to be the same like I was before. So I'm just, I'm looking around myself, and
what is different?
I have no idea.
Is it your vision of the world, perhaps, or the vision of yourself, or is it your spiritual place?
Everything. It seems like I'm something different than before.
That could be a good thing.
Yeah. I'm not dismissing a good thing, but this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to see. I'm waiting to see what is this, and but perhaps, in parallel with.
Yes, perhaps it is a very good thing for you, because I think you're feeling a little lighter. I think you're feeling a little less encumbered for some reason. And I think that's a good thing. Yes. You're feeling like you might even have a good future here right now.
Yeah, that too. Exactly. So it feels like there's more few elements that on a good side that are coming out, and but on parallel with that, it's the processing of heavy stuff, because in vacation I didn't work too much. I tried to be as much as I can myself and be happy.
Yes.
And now when I'm back, the heavy stuff, I don't know. I have no idea how to explain it.
Yes, I understand where you are. Do not worry
Yeah.
about it. You're fine. Things will continue to change for you there, but it is a positive thing right now, and I want you to enjoy it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm super enjoyed, and I find this different world that I see outside. It's I see it from the more joyful point of view.
Of course, yeah.
It's I don't recognize myself, but I see myself, and I am who I am, and it's I like it, you know.
Of course. Yeah, I understand. I've been through those kinds of changes as well. So enjoy
Yeah,
it. Enjoy it now. I mean, just let it be. Let it happen with you, and just enjoy it and take it in and learn from it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I have just another short question.
Yeah.
We'll be here. I live here in BC, in British Columbia, in Canada.
Ah.
Will be some sort of something close to a recession, real estate recession here in BC?
Possibly. I'm not familiar with all parts of the world, but a lot of places in the world will go through recession, but not every part will, but a lot of parts will. And you might hit it. It might not be great for that area. I mean, it won't be a great recession, but I think a lot of places will have it.
So will be something milder here.
I think in Canada it will be a little milder. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll keep in touch with you, and I appreciate for coming. Thank you very much. Much love to you, man.
But there will be a recession in Canada, yes. But a little milder because just because of your governmental stance in the world might make it a little easier.
Yeah. Appreciate. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, there's a question from the Mavith. This is our last question for you, Grendel, my dear Grendel. Are there powerful creator beings? Oh, sorry. Mavis says, are the powerful creator beings free to give us financial predictions about things like stocks, or doesn't it work that way?
No, they won't give you anything like that because you have to make your decisions yourself. They can give you suggestions maybe, but they will not give you something definite. Nothing definite will be given to you. They'll say, well, this is happening or that is happening, and you have to figure it out. So they will not give you anything that will be definite because you must make the decisions on this realm. You have the free will. Your guides will be able to suggest things or guide you different places, but they will not be able to make that decision. You must do it.
Okay, perfect. Great. Well, that is all the questions that we have for you, and it's been quite some questions.
Yes, I say I was popular today.
You're super popular whenever you come, but especially today. I think you're right.
Thank you. I didn't make any jokes today, so I guess more serious day. More serious day. What?
Susan just popped in with a question.
Yes.
She hasn't asked a question yet, so go ahead, Susan.
Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
Long time speaking with you. I am wondering if what I've been doing in Astral lately, and if there's any specific intentions before I go to sleep that would be helpful as far as what assistance I can provide in the astral realm based on what's been going on lately.
According to your talents, they will take you to the places where you are needed. You don't have to intention anything except to say, go take me to where I'm needed, because that's where they'll take you. So you work on a couple of different things, actually more than a couple. You actually do some interesting work with the grids. You keep them clear. You are working also with a little bit with the stargates, but a lot of times you're working with different species to help them along, to move them forward, as well as this species as well, because this species is not moving fast enough.
Okay, that makes sense. And then also when I gave my light language blessing earlier, I felt like it was a new being that I hadn't spoken the light language of before. And I thought it might have been my starseed angelic higher self aspect coming through, but
Yes, it was an energy being source, the Caldor.
okay.
They are not angelic, but they may feel that way.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't experienced them before, so
they are called the Caldor.
The Caldor. I'll definitely have to connect with them
They're
again.
light beings like the Kalindi. They're the Kalindi and the Caldor work together sometimes, and they are very much associated in higher realms. I think they're 7th realm beings or 6th realm. I'm not sure. They're very high though.
Okay. I know I have a creator being aspect of myself. Do I connect with them more on that level in the 7th dimension?
It's hard to connect with the 7th dimension from this dimension, but yes, as much as you can. But it's very hard to bring back any information from that dimension or density because you're so far removed from it. So the thing is, yes, people bring back little bits and pieces of information from all different dimensions and densities, but it's sometimes a little cryptic because you're so far removed from that density or dimensions. There are many that say they're channeling the 12th density and things of that nature. They cannot even relate to the 12th density. So do not believe or fall for that, because that is not true. The 12th density is nothing like your world in any way, shape, or form. And the communication between 12th density, 10th density, 9th density, those are high densities that you couldn't even possibly understand at this point. Yes, some information will come from these higher densities in bits and pieces, but it will not be like a total flow of information. They just won't do that. It's too different. You wouldn't understand it, and they wouldn't even know how to break it down into human language. That's how much different it is. They're working on it though.
So, I mean, I've channeled the 9th dimensional white lines of Lyra, which is a collective of beings. And so are you saying that I'm not perhaps
you can bring in bits and pieces? Yes, they can actually get to you, but it is very difficult for those high densities to communicate with such a low density. I'm sorry to say the 3rd density is considered a very low density. So, but the thing is, the communication between the two is very difficult. If they have figured out a way to do that, then that is amazing. That's good. But they must have a set message that they have put into Earth language, because to do it just manually and through there, it would be almost impossible.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Grendel. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. So much love to you.
Much love to you. And yes, I'm sure that higher densities can get through to some people because they're creator beings or whatever, but it is that the language and process of those kinds of beings, the Kalindi also is very, very high in their language. They can communicate with humans because they purposely studied humanity for a long time. Same with the Caldor. They're purposely studying them so they can communicate. So there are those in the higher densities that are studying this realm so they can communicate. So I would not be surprised if they are starting to get through here and there.
Okay, and maybe it's as my vibration raises too, that it's a little easier to connect as well.
Perhaps, but you have to understand their language is far, far different. They don't even say words. They just communicate by symbols and pictures and things. So breaking that down into language for humans can be very difficult.
Yeah, the light language was definitely different, but very beautiful. So
Yes, it
coming
was good.
through and something new for me. So that was, I'll have to definitely connect with the Caldor again. So,
Yes,
all right. Thank you very much, Grendel. Much love.
much love. Yeah. Was that
Okay,
it?
Grendel, that was all the questions we have for you.
I
don't know
thought
if
so.
there's
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if there's another being that wants to come through, but we only have about 15 minutes left.
Oh my
So
God. I was
yeah.
here all that time.
You were here the whole time, except for a little bit of Elijah, but we're always glad for you to stay and be
Thank
here
you.
as long as
Yeah.
So
All
we'll leave
right.
it to
Well, I'll be off
Jim.
then. There's probably 10 people waiting in line going, well, what the heck? He took up the whole time. Call us again. Okay. I'll leave you now. Much love.
Much love. Thank you, Grendel. Thank you always.
Yeah. Look, I learned a new hand signal. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Perfect.
Mm. Greetings. I am Krishna.
Krishna, welcome.
Yes. What is it that you want to know today?
Well, we request, there was a request for different Hindu gods like Vishnu. The person that requested them is not here anymore. Has gone to leave, but I would think that the question would just be about
Vishnu is also with me.
perfect. So just in the state of the world and what is the focus that we should be focusing on? I think that would be the question. On a spiritual side, what should we really be focused upon?
We should be focused on becoming enlightened and making sure those that are around us are enlightened as well. We should be working on helpfulness and the getting rid of selfishness and things that are too earthly that keep you down and keep you positioned in a way that is not able to help the world. The world needs a great deal of positivity at this time. But in order to bring the world positivity, you must enlighten yourself. You must know within you all the sensations of God, all the thought processes that bring you to a different way of thinking about the world. Not that it is a negative or terrible place, but it is a place of God's children and that needs love and needs attention and needs your help. And you are the person to do this. You are the person to reach out and hold the hands of those around you and share your energy with the world. It is time to share the energy that is within you, that God brings to you, that is part of you, to the world around you. For the world is hungry for love. The world is hungry for peace. The world is hungry for taking away all those things that are disruptive and corruptive. Remember, You can answer someone's prayers by just saying hello. Some people are so lonely that a hello will mean the world to them for that day. You may be the inspiration for someone if you are kind. You may be the inspiration for someone if you do the right thing. It is all about what is within coming out into the world. It is all about sharing the beauty of the light that is within with the world. Let them feel you, let them know you, let them sense you. Smile more. Show them that you're a joyous being. How are they to know joy if they cannot even see it? Some have not ever known joy or happiness or glee or whatever. Be a blessing of joy. Now, some may be in such downtrodden ways that when they see joy, they are jealous of it. But is that bad that they want it? Is that bad that they desire it that much? They can change, and you can help them to change. Continue to be joyful, happy, loving. Don't hide your joy. Express your joy. Don't hide your love. Express your love. Don't just think about helping others, but help others. It is that it is up to you to make things happen. If you just think about making things happen, they will not happen. If you stand up and show that you can make things happen, they will happen. It is your energy of love that will show the world who you are. And it will make you desire to help others. It will make you desire to be joyful. It will make you desire the great things of God within you.
It's said in the scriptures that in times of great darkness, you incarnate. And it also, in the Christian Bible, it says Jesus will come back. In the Buddhist teachings, there will be Maitreya that comes in a time where people have forgotten the teachings. That to me seems like a very clear through line of all the different religions.
We are all one in many ways.
Yes. So the question is it time?
It is coming to time. But that time is not to be divulged. The thing is, it will have to be shown, just as it was shown before. The example must come, and people must see. It will not be a spotlight, not right away. But as more people understand and see and know the energy of this one who is many, they will see that it is impossible for him to be anything but God.
Okay, thank you. Radha has a question for you. Go ahead, Radha.
Hello, Krishna. I wanted to take this opportunity to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that beautiful message.
Yes, thank you. It is a beautiful message, but it is also beautiful truth.
Yes. So I was wondering, from your viewpoint, could you tell me why in the Hindu scriptures, Krishna never married Radha?
It is to show that there's many different kinds of rays to exist. It is to show that our love for one another does not have to be a joining, but we join through our thought processes, our love, and our beings. It is not necessary to couple to be a couple. It is not necessary to be with one, to be with all, to be with the greater amount of that individual and share all that there is. We were separate, but one.
That's beautiful. Yep. That's a lesson I'm learning these days as well. Thank you.
There are as many kinds of beings in this universe. You will find that some of them are sexual and some of them are not sexual. Some of them are brilliant and some of them are not. Some of them are enlightened and some of them are not. You will find those that are willing to help and those that are not. There's all kinds of beings and all kinds of energies that are going to be shown to you in the future and even now in the present. You must understand that the universe is full of different things and ways and understandings that have not been part of your understanding, but you will learn to meld with them in a way that is loving and kind, because love is universal.
Yes, there are many forms of love.
Yeah.
And they all have value.
They do. They have great value. The value of love is greater than gold or silver or diamonds. The value of love can change universes.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love.
Thank you. Okay, we have Joan has a question. She hasn't asked one yet, but we only have a few minutes left, Joan. So let's make it a short question. And I'm sorry to say that to you, but we have about 3 minutes. So please ask your question.
Thank you. Greetings, Krishna. I just wanna ask about this threefold flame in the heart. How we cultivate and maintain that flame, I guess the spark within our heart.
Your soul is a spark within you as well. And as you become the person that you are meant to be in God, in spirit, in beauty, in all things, the fire will burn within you. And that fire will be the desire of your heart to be a greater use to the universe and to the realm that you live in. Your fire is already burning, but you will fertilize it and cultivate it and feed it with all the love that you are gaining from God and from the Spirit and from the beauty that you bring in to yourself that shows out from yourself. You must understand that all the love and beauty that you bring in will also be shown to others, and it will be given as an energy to many. So let your fire burn. Cultivate it with spirit and love.
I see. Yeah, because I can feel it's like burning in my heart, and I feel like my heart it's expanding or
it
big,
is
something like that.
Your whole being is expanding. That is the way it is meant to be. The expansion of the aura is a message to you all that it will happen with enlightenment.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
We had a very beautiful session
Oh, thank you.
with Grendel and Krishna and Elijah.
Very good. Oops.
So
Talking
we're
to-
gonna, yeah, we'll let Yana do a blessing, and then we'll end with a few announcements, if that's okay. See, how was
Yes,
this
good.
session for you, Jim? Where were you during your session?
I was
You know?
listening. I listened to some of it. Yes. I don't know where I was otherwise than that, but I listened to some of it. But you sort of go to sleep a little bit, sort of
Yeah.
fade out a little bit. That's all.
Into different timeless place.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Joan wants to do a light language. Great, no problem. Yana, do you want to do your blessing, and then we'll have Joan also?
Thank you. Tastane ko ai ta hantai ko hantai anaka ai tastine hana ko urtu naka ai statanaka ai te I hai aha ne ke torst hoi ka handa nai te ke te just hante hoi te kanoko o ai te ne ke test niki I te statana ar hai te o uaka ante ai ne ke hai naka atate torst hantoa kantajan kaitu tuoitaste tert noi kaenta täste tort nahaika täste tert haine kaitaste ai tuosta naka hanta tajatetusto horst haitete kontaite naka atete tort hantoa ta ja.
It is time to relax into the spirit that is with you. You need to understand that the light is coming and that you not need to be tense or nervous or anxious or frustrated, but relax in the spirit of God and let the light flow through you. It is time for you to emanate that which is what you are learning. It is time for you to be what God has shown you that you are. It is not time to impress people. It is not time to search for your identity, because your identity is in God and in the Spirit and in all that you do for Him. It is time for the world to see what they cannot see, and that is the light within, the beauty that they hold and can feed and can nurture and can be to all mankind. It is not about the self, but being selfless. It is not about being something that people will admire, but being admired for being yourself.
And for the first time, Joan, go ahead. Go ahead, Joan.
Kishin Raj Kutunki, Holy Kalikun, Kitkin Sins Kutkat, Putunka, Hiku Kun Kutne, Edu, Ulikiti to go Mata Atuno Titi, Ka Alhuria. Namaste.
Love is saturating this realm. Be part of the sponge that is this realm of love. Do not look at it as anything else but a positive place, and that is what it will become. So you must be seeking the positivity for the world to be as one.
Muted.
Thank you. You muted. You can just say you're muted.
Muted.
Hello?
Go ahead. Hi, go ahead, Angie.
That's funny. Three announcements. United States has done their daylight savings. It will be tonight. So any sessions tomorrow and on with Jim, please make sure you are checking TimeBuddy to make sure that it is the correct time. The channeling class that is next weekend, Saturday, November 12th, 1:30 to 5:30. 1:30 to 4:30, 1:30 to 5:30. I'm actually drawing a blank right at this moment. I think it's 4:30, it could be 5:30.
5:30.
1:30 to 5:30. Thank you. I can't believe I just drew a blank on that. 1:30 to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. The being that was channeled is Galinar.
Gurnani.
Gurnani. I knew it was a J. I knew it was a G. All right, Gurnani. And it is a continuation, so it will be part 2. If you're interested in that, the cost is $150. Please send an email to classes@hucolo.org. I will get that information out to you, how to sign up for it. If you want to take it, but didn't take part 1, please email classes@hucolo.org. I can get that out to you on how to register for, to get the recording for part 1 so you can participate in part 2. All information, classes@hucolo.org. Karen has a class, Tarot Mastery class, coming up mid to end of January. The date has not been set. That is also available that you can sign up for. If you have any questions about that, you can email classes@hucolo.org as well.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you. All right. Perfect. So next week, we're going to do an open channeling session again, which has been very successful with everybody participating in the interpretation and giving their input. So we will do that again. And then in 2 weeks, we will have Jim back. So yay. So
Remember that in December, I'm going away in December. So December, I will be in Israel. So
oh, beautiful.
From the 10th to the 22nd, I will not be, well, actually, I'm going to be from the 10th to the 27th. I will not be channeling in doing personal sessions. I will be in Israel and celebrating the holidays. So, yes, December will be, you won't see me much in December.
Okay, so you're channeling in Israel?
I will probably be channeling in Israel, but I don't know if I'll do the webinar there or not. I will have to let you know if I'm able.
Are you going to be with Ray Mayor or not? Are you going to see him when you're there?
I'm going to see Sharon Nivi. I'm going to see, I'm supposed to meet up with Ray Mayor at some point. I'm not sure when.
Oh, you have to do a channeling. That would be amazing to do from Israel.
Yes, and I'm supposed to meet other people from there that I channel with from Israel. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, well, we'll see what we do. Probably on that Christmas week, we won't do a channeling. We'll have an off week, I think. That's,
all right,
because usually
we'll see.
We'll see. We'll talk about that later. But next week we will be back, and the week after that, and then we'll see what happens after that. So the 10th through the 22nd?
I'll be the 10th through the 22nd. I'll be in Israel, and then after that, I'll be doing holidays from the 23rd to the 27th.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Clear.
Yes. Because
I'll be back in
the 25th. You know, December. 24th and 25th are holidays, so I'll be doing that.
Okay, I'll be back in the States on the 1st of December in the evening. So I'll be back. Okay. So yay. All right, perfect. So everyone, much love, and we'll see you next week. Come with all kinds of questions. We'll see you next week. We'll have a whole
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you.